You remember our first date when I ate your ass in a porta potty?
That's why he put a ring on it.
That's right.
I knew he was the one. He'd be there through thick and thin.
I'm not going to say I was drunk. I'm not going to say that I wasn't either, because all I know is
Classy.
there was love in the air. What's up, everybody?
Hey, y'all.
I'm Chad.
And I'm Brittany, and we're the new tribe. We're bringing you the new, real,
We're bringing you really scary videos
raw,
caught on ring
and ruggedly.
camera.
Real, raw, and ruggedly.
We practice that 0 hours, guys.
Yep.
0 hours. What's up, everybody? We're bringing you something different
How
today.
y'all doing?
As you could tell by the title, those of you that like to hang out on our channel, this isn't something that we've done before. We were actually getting ready in the studio, getting everything set up, and I was scrolling through our YouTube, and we seen a new video that just came out from Mr. Nightmare, Scary Videos Caught on Ring Cameras. Now, this is volume 4 too, guys, so I haven't seen 1, 2, or 3.
No, so we obviously need to play catch up here.
Yes, absolutely. And guys, before we get into it, those of you that want to jump to the video, we're going to leave a little timestamp right here. Everybody
Courtesy
else,
timestamp.
we are going to put a little link right up here or in the description to our own little ring camera deal that we had going on. We had some freaky stuff go on our ring camera. I'm not going to get into it. You know,
Yeah.
you guys check it out. Raise your glass. Lift it up. I'm not drinking adult beverages because it's 7:30 in the morning right now. Yes, we are recording early, but we are still going to toast those haters, aren't we, baby?
Yes, because they need love the most.
That's right, guys. We try to use this channel as a positive escape. We want
Yes.
this place to be somewhere you guys can come, chat, hang out. Obviously,
Yes.
we don't live in a fairy tale world. We know that there's all kinds of haters out there. That's why we do the toasting, but we don't re-hate on this channel.
No.
It's not enough time in this world to spend negative energy on that kind of stuff, so we just give them a smile, you know, tell them peace, and tell them to get on their way.
And we honestly, we talk about all kinds of things on this channel with whatever the context is that is brought up. And we do it in a very mature, non-judgmental, you know, civil,
try.
civil manner. Yes.
We try.
With our like-minded community here, which
right.
is what, you know, us adults should be doing.
That's right, guys. And speaking of community, if this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And ring the bell so you know when we drop that
That's
next
right.
hot ish that y'all love.
And if this is your second, third, or 50th time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button because, you know, it helps, guys. And this is something a little bit different for this channel. We do all kinds of stuff on here. Commentary, music, reactions, you name it. We want to touch on all different bases. So, bases. We do a lot of different stuff,
Yes.
and we want to do it all. So if you guys got a suggestion, make sure you leave it in the comments below. Are you ready to do this, Mama?
Let's do it.
All right. All right, guys. Make sure you go and show Mr. Nightmare some love. The actual video will be linked in the description as well. You know how we do, guys. Show all the original creators, all the original artists. Show them their love. Give them their dues.
Yes.
Go
give
subscribe.
credit
All that
where
stuff.
credit is due.
Absolutely. So let's try this. Scary Videos Caught
on Ring Cameras, Volume 4.
All right. So if we like this, we're going to have to go back and check out some other ones.
This is going to freak me out. I can already tell. I'm going to have anxiety. I'm going to lock my kids up in a bubble.
The man you're looking at is 56-year-old Stephen Groves. For 2 whole years, Groves has been harassing his disabled neighbor Stephen Persad and his caretakers. The harassment has been caught on Persad's Ring doorbell camera multiple times. In some clips, he's seen taking a screwdriver to the device, trying to clip its wires.
Oh, smart one.
Does he not know it's a camera?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's like, hey,
we can see you.
it's like this. I seen this robbery once. I was watching a real video of a robbery, and they had, I guess, some kind of security camera inside their house, and the robbers were telling her, "Where's the tape? Give me the tape." They were about to literally kill her because they wanted the tape, and she's like, "It's Wi-Fi."
Yeah.
That's not. This is 1985.
No.
This isn't. There's not a big ass VCR in the back recording this, and you seen when it finally hit them, when that light bulb went off, and they was like, "Oh damn! It doesn't matter if I rip that camera down, if I whatever. It's already backed up on an external server." So yeah.
I mean, it's serious.
Yeah.
Serious criminals.
In another clip, he's seen scrawling on the lens with a marker to no effect.
Oh.
Nuh-uh.
Huh.
He tried to black it out.
I
And in
didn't
these
know
instances,
that
whacking the
that we
device
had
with a
that
hammer
feature.
or broom handle.
Oh.
What the hell is happening? Where are the cops?
Okay, those of you that have rings, you know what's up. Ours, we don't actually have a doorbell.
No.
We've got one of the Ring security cameras. It's a floodlight. We've got multiple of them. It's a floodlight with a Wi-Fi Ring camera on it also. So when it's activated, the floodlight comes on. It records video
lights
and
up
audio.
The whole damn corner
They're
of our
amazing.
street.
Way better than the doorbell. But regardless, you have an app on your phone, and it goes off when somebody walks up. It's like, does this person, he's been in multiple different outfits, does this person just not check his Ring camera? It kind of defeats the whole point.
Right. Well, this could just be a compilation of the incidents that happened, because I just said, where's the cops? I mean, they might be coming, and we might not be seeing the whole thing.
Well, that's what I mean, but it's been different times.
Right.
You know what I mean? I really doubt this is all in the same day. I guess it could be, but, he's had different clothes on and stuff like that. So the first time you see him over there trying to draw on your camera or take a screwdriver to it, that's at the very least, something that he could get arrested for.
Well, it's criminal trespassing and criminal damage.
Damage to property, all kinds of stuff.
Well, it said in the beginning in the story that he's been harassing them for some time. This is their neighbor.
Oh man.
Yes. Psychos.
Haters, man, this is loud.
He looks like a psychopath.
Yeah, he does.
See, this is scary.
The reason behind the man's attacks.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that thing back there.
What is this right here?
I don't know.
What is this? Is this somebody sitting there? What is this?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a bush. I thought it was like a leg or something like that.
I thought it was like a cat. It really moves.
What is that doing?
The reason behind the
Got
man's
arms.
attacks on his neighbor's property are unknown. Over the past 6 months, Groves has been convicted of 3 charges of harassment against Persad and has been put on a
harassment?
curfew and ordered to pay compensation for damages to Persad's property. Stephen Persad's niece is terrified for her uncle, having stated this is affecting her mental health, and she's scared that Groves may have intentions to harm her uncle. The restraining order that was put into place is clearly having no effect, as Groves is still harassing Persad. On top of the restraining order, Groves has been put on an electric tag for the better part of a year, and was also ordered 20 weeks of rehabilitation. Police don't seem to be able or willing to do anything more to help, considering this has already been taken to court, and Groves has been convicted multiple times, leaving...
See,
No,
this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking
This
about.
is why shit goes too far
Now,
and isn't prevented. when it
Anybody
could
that
be.
knows us knows that we're not like, pro popo, we're not like big fans or anything like that. But, when it comes to stuff like this, they got to wait and wait and wait until somebody sneaks in there with a knife, cuts your throat, does something else, before they do what? What is the purpose of getting a piece of paper that says order of protection if when they violate it, they don't get in trouble for it, but another slap on the wrist?
And honestly,
there should never be multiple times for the same thing.
And honestly, that usually just makes them even angrier. And a lot of times they will be like, you know, because obviously there's something wrong with these people.
Yeah.
You know, at the least bit, it's narcissism, and they think that they have power and they don't have to have any authority or, you know, abide by morals that everybody else does, even though they might act like
Well,
it.
they see that they're not getting in trouble, and so it's like, you know what,
There's
whatever.
no consequences.
Yeah,
It's like
whatever.
a kid that doesn't get in any trouble.
He's going to keep doing it.
Yes,
you
they're
know?
going to keep doing it.
At the
And
very
that's-
least, it's a vacation for him. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, I don't know, man.
Considering this has already been taken to
I
court,
would've done took it
Groves has been
in my
convicted
own
multiple
hands.
times, leaving Prasad in a very vulnerable spot.
Oh!
The crazy can be seen in this man's eyes.
Yeah.
It's understandable for Prasad and his niece to be losing sleep over this, as this is a clearly dangerous, unstable man who may escalate from just attacking Prasad's property to actually attacking him. This next video was recorded in an unknown area at a late hour in the night. Two hooded, suspicious-looking individuals, one wearing a mask, approach a man's front door, and when he answers, the woman pretends that her car broke down and she needs to borrow a phone.
No.
Ooh, that music's going to get us
Hello,
flagged.
do y'all have a phone I can use? My car broke down, and y'all's the only one that got a light on.
We don't.
You don't?
Sorry.
The man's first mistake is opening the door at this hour to two hooded individuals.
That's what I was going to say. Now, nothing
Yeah.
against the homeowner, you know, because I think a lot of what it is there's too many people out there that just don't, you know, grasp the, you know, how dangerous
Yeah.
it really is out there. But
They don't live in the street life.
and let's be honest, if they really
They're not
wanted,
street smart.
if they really wanted in, you know, it didn't matter if he came to the door or not.
No.
But giving people like that any type of opportunity, you know, you give them any kind of inch, they're gonna take it. Like I'm surprised that they didn't get in right there.
See, with our Ring camera, we can talk through it.
Yes.
So we
Well,
don't
I think
actually
most
have to
people
answer.
can.
Yeah, so we don't actually have to answer the door.
And ours actually notifies when it triggers on.
Yes.
It notifies through a speaker. An electronic voice says, "Hello, you are being recorded."
Yes.
That way, you know, we don't have to have that on, but we figure that's a very good deterrent, you know, for people
Yes.
that, you know,
Because
hear that
ours
they're
just
being
looks,
recorded.
yeah, ours just looks like a motion light, which we
Yeah.
liked that at first, but we've actually had a couple things
Come up,
stolen.
yes.
They
And
assassinated our snowman. one of those inflatables.
They kidnapped one of our inflatable snowmen and assassinated the other one.
I'm thinking
The one that was assassinated probably tried to stop
Yeah.
the snowman, you know, getting jacked
Yeah.
when they was shaking him down. He probably
For
come up
sure.
behind him and was like, "Yo, get off my boy," you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
that guy's like, you know, "Frosty, help!" And he's like,
Yeah.
"I got you, man." And then the dude swung around and cut his head clean off. Like
Off.
he didn't even his little twig arms. He didn't stand a chance. You know what I mean?
He just melted.
So regardless, that's why we got ours.
Yeah, and I haven't put out Christmas decorations since then because, one, they're expensive, and I had been collecting those over the years, and it was so sad because that's, you know, what makes
Right.
my kids happy.
Right,
That's what makes
you know, we
us
do that
happy.
for us and the
Yes,
kids
and
and-
just the neighborhood, the community, you know, like it's just a fun time. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah.
And then for somebody to do that around that time, like, come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
it's pretty bad, man. People are pretty bad out there.
Being that his Ring camera would have allowed him to check who's at the door before opening it.
Exactly.
Instead of opening the door, if he felt the need to respond to the people at his front door, he could have and should have used the voice feature on his Ring device to ask who they were and what they need. Instead, the man opens the door, and while admittedly he knew better than to agree to let them use a phone,
We don't.
You don't?
Sorry.
opening the door in the first place was a mistake, as the man in the yellow hoodie and mask took the opportunity to rush the door with a gun after taking one last look to the right to check for witnesses. Luckily, the homeowner slammed the door shut just in time, and the two would-be assailants fled the scene. In this case, the homeowner saved himself from robbery and danger just by the skin of his teeth, and hopefully
See, and
learned to
this-
check who's at his door before answering.
And this is sad because people that really
If
do
you've
need
seen
help,
any of my other
you know, with people that really do need help, like now a lot of those people probably don't get the
Yeah,
type of help.
it is sad. You hear about
I mean,
people being attacked and they run up to other people's houses and you know they're being chased or whatever, and
Yeah.
you know their throats cut or whatever, and they're banging on the door. Nobody wants to answer that because of stuff like this. You know what
Well,
I mean?
yeah, and people will use decoys too.
Yeah.
Like I've heard, like traffickers, they will use like old women and act like they're in distress and need help for somebody to come over and help, and then they'll snatch whoever comes over,
Yeah.
or they'll put like a baby in like a car seat and just leave it in the middle of a parking lot, or a fake baby or whatever for somebody to go up and check it and then snatch it. It's terrible.
It is.
Videos about doorbell camera footage, then you
I leave mine at the fire station.
know the importance of checking your surroundings before unlocking and opening your door, especially depending on the area in which you live. In this video taken by the Ring doorbell camera of TikToker Jojo Ramirez, you see just how close she and her child were from danger, and how the only thing between her and a
This
creepy
is
man
gonna-
was her front door, which she locked with only seconds to spare.
This is gonna freak me out.
Yeah, right here. She's
All
seen
of
him
these
right
two.
there. Did you
Yep.
see her look back? Good
Yep.
for her.
Go shower really fast. I need you to
Oh,
go
wow.
shower. Daniel? Who's that?
Again, he looks like a psychopath. They just look like you can just see it.
Let him knock on my door. Let him. Let him
Who
do
is
that.
that? Get out of here!
Well, you get a face full of 12 gauge.
Get out of here! There's a guy outside. Look.
And he's just staring there.
What makes this
looking.
scary is that it shows how most of us in our day-to-day lives fail to realize how, at any moment, your life could be put in danger by someone else. In this case, Jojo had picked up her child and they were just getting home, having a typical mother-son argument of sorts. You can hear her son Daniel complain that he's tired, and Jojo responds, "I need you to shower really fast."
Go shower really fast. I need you to go shower.
It's life
A
with
normal
kids right
moment
there.
in which a mother would have her guard down in the assumed safety of her
Glad
own
she
property.
locked that door.
The creepy man at the front door then tries the door handle, alerting Jojo that someone was at the front door, and you can hear her respond in an alarmed voice, "Who is that? Get out of here."
Who is that? Get out of here!
Pause it for a minute. Didn't you tell me statistically that a lot of people like serial killers and stuff, they will usually pick houses that are unlocked?
No, I told you it was the
It was a specific
Night Stalker.
story.
It was the Night
Okay.
Stalker.
Yeah.
Ramirez, I believe it was. You
Yeah.
guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but he would go and check door handles, and if it was locked, he would just move on, and if it was unlocked, he took that as a sign from the universe that he was supposed to do that there, that's where he was supposed to kill somebody. Creepy. That's just crazy
Well,
shit.
and yeah, in a lot of these videos that you see anymore, because they put everything on the internet now,
Yeah.
it seems like a lot of these random crimes that happen, the doors were unlocked.
Yeah.
Or the vehicle door was unlocked,
Yeah.
or whatever.
That's a big one, I think.
Everywhere we go, we lock the doors
Absolutely.
non-stop. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm already that kind of person that people call it like paranoia or OCD, stuff like that.
Crazy,
Crazy,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. But
Neurotic.
yeah,
Nuts.
really, I like to see it as a realist, and my motto in life is better safe than sorry, because if you're going to be sorry in an extreme situation like this, that's going to change your life forever,
Yeah.
and it's never going to be the same again after that, whether you survive the incident or not. Because that PTSD that's going to happen afterwards is going to remind you of that for the rest of your life.
Yeah. You want to hear my motto in life? You touch it, you suck it.
I'm sure that's what they're...
She then exclaims to her son, "There's a guy outside, look."
There's a guy outside. Look.
As Jojo shouts for him to leave, he backs up, but boldly continues, firmly standing in front of the door with his haunting blank expression,
I don't know if
not
that's
saying
bold
a
or
word.
just
The man came out of
nuts.
nowhere so quickly that it
Possessed.
could be that he was following them for a while, or perhaps was waiting for them to return. It's anybody's guess what would have happened if the door wasn't locked in time, but a pretty strong assumption would be the man was after Daniel, Jojo's young
pupils.
son.
wow.
This footage was
After
viewer
his son.
submitted, and it was taken by their Ring doorbell in a nice, otherwise quiet neighborhood in the Netherlands. The viewer was in bed on an ordinary night when he heard noises on the roof. Thinking it could have been an animal, he ignored it and went to sleep. The next morning,
Yeah,
this was the footage
man.
he found after seeing the notifications from his Ring doorbell from the night before. In the video are 3, maybe 4 young men trespassing on his property,
What?
2 of them climbing the roof, while the other of the 3 who were visible, whispering to 1 or more people out of view of the camera.
I don't know if it's stupidity or gigantic balls.
Parkour.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I would say. You know, just let them do their parkour, and they'll be done. You
Yeah.
know, seriously though, it's like, in my opinion, and this is strictly my opinion, when there's something like this going on,
Yeah.
they either know something or they think they know something.
Yes.
You know, they think they know that there's money in there. They
Yeah.
think that, you know, they might know the person.
Yeah.
They, you know, or they've been stalking the place or something like that. You don't
Yeah, because this is planned
go
and
through
prepped.
this
Yeah.
kind of trouble to do this kind of stuff, you know what I mean, just on a whim, and
No.
go in there and, you know, and get some juicy fruit and a hot fruit roll up, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's
Yeah.
just, that's, you don't do that. But then again, I mean,
They're
they
not
don't
dressed
look,
appropriately.
he didn't have a mask on, so maybe they think it's their house, and they're like, man, I gotta get in, dude, I'm drunk.
These criminals are so entitled these days.
Fucking Spider-Man, look at that shit.
I know. Are they not though? These criminals are so entitled these days. They don't even have to wear masks or,
What's he saying?
you know, conceal their identity.
Camera.
What's he saying? Who's he talking to? Fucking Spider-Man for real.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, I think he's speaking a different language.
Luckily, this was a cold night and all the windows in the house were closed because it was clear they were trying to burglarize the house when scratch marks were found on 2 of the upstairs windows, as if someone was attempting to lift them open. Given that there were 3 or 4 of them, they could have posed a serious threat if they were to have entered the home.
Yeah, that's a
After
bad
viewing
deal.
the video, the viewer made sure to keep his windows all locked the following nights, and a few nights later, he woke up to the sound of someone attempting to open a downstairs window, this time not caught by the Ring camera. The footage was submitted to the police in hopes that they could identify them based on their faces. I was asked to blur their faces by the viewer, just so that if any of the perpetrators were to see this video, they wouldn't come back to the house again for any type of revenge.
Wow.
This one is perhaps one of the simpler yet scarier clips caught by a doorbell camera, despite how quick it is. Not many details are known, like where this took place, but this was uploaded by the neighbor of the owner of the Ring camera. In the video, we see in the dead of night a masked, young-looking man approach the front door of the house with a gun in his hand, stand there for only a few seconds, clearly contemplating what he was about to do.
Is it me or is he holding the gun wrong?
You see,
Does he know how to use that thing?
This makes more sense to me. And why is he in light-colored clothing?
Well, I mean, look how,
Criminals, you're supposed to blend in.
that's no criminal. Look at how he's holding the gun. Literally, watch him when
In
he's
the
walking
video,
up. Look how he's
we
holding
see
the
in
gun.
the dead of night, a masked, young-looking man approach the front
You'll
door of the
literally
house
shoot
with a gun
yourself
in
in
his
the dick
hand.
doing that.
Stand
Look.
there for only a
Oh,
few
yeah?
seconds, clearly contemplating what
He
he was
He said,
about
here,
to do.
you want a gun?
Freeze!
And backing out probably in fear and leaving. The owner of the house didn't know who this was, but this was probably a person working up to an armed robbery, possibly having his sights specifically on this house. Of course, without all the details, that's just speculation, and there could be a whole lot of other explanations as to what's going on here. However, regardless...
This one seemed probably somebody of desperation that's at a low time in their life, which is not an excuse.
It's obvious.
And-
It's obvious he ain't never done it before. I
Yeah.
mean, he don't even know how to hold.
Well, you
his,
can tell he doesn't want to do it. Too.
Yeah, he doesn't even know how to hold his dad's gun.
He's
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that gun is literally
You
the
just-
size of his arm.
You don't got the right kind of clothes on.
Yeah.
You don't know how to hold the gun, and luckily, I think he probably spotted the camera, and that's what he decided to turn around. I don't know if he just thought maybe they were gonna open the door for him when he walked up
His
there.
body language the whole time, to me, screams hesitant and that he doesn't want to be doing it.
Screams to me like he probably went and did it somewhere
up
else.
to an armed robbery,
Possibly.
possibly having
Maybe
his
not,
sights
though.
specifically on this house.
That's scary
Of course,
shit.
without all the details, that's just speculation, and there could be a whole lot of other explanations as to what's going on here. However, regardless, the chances of this guy or any other person with a gun coming back shouldn't be taken lightly. And that kind of footage should be submitted to the police immediately.
Wow. That is messed up.
They're bold. Like,
Yeah.
they're not trying to conceal their identity. They're not trying to be real sneaky about it at all. We see it on our neighborhood. We have a neighborhood ring app, and people post, like, videos on there.
Yeah, they'll share the videos of their from their Ring cameras when they see stuff going on, and it's amazing how many people, you know, do this kind of stuff and don't prep for it. It's like it's almost like a spur of the moment type of thing,
like
not
broad daylight,
or they just don't care, you know. And that might be it, because there's let's face it, you know. And I'm not trying to be mean or hate, but there's a lot of stupid people out there.
Well,
you know
and
what
obviously
I mean?
there's a lot of psychopaths out there too.
Yeah.
That I don't know, who knows, possession, going off an urge. You know, guys, the devil is real.
All right, guys, that was Scary Videos Caught on Ring Cameras, Volume 4 from Mr. Nightmare. Again, guys, go show Mr. Nightmare some love.
Yes.
Subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure probably everybody already has. The guy's doing an amazing job. He did a great video.
Yes, he did.
You know, he put that thing together very good. We're going to have to check out some more of these.
Of course. We see videos on the internet all the time of people doing just weird stuff, like just walking around people's yards, like aimlessly, like, you know,
some
who
crazy,
knows,
crazy
they're on
drugs
stuff, or if they're there to harm somebody or what. But it's scary. Like, I can't imagine it actually happening to me, and that's why we have the Ring camera.
Yes, and the guns,
yes,
and the dogs, and the crazy, stupid, swole husband. I don't know where he's at, but regardless. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Like we said before, if this was your first time, please hit that subscribe button.
And ring the bell so you know when we drop that next hot dish that y'all
That's right, guys. We have a Patreon that we have just fired back up. We have just taken the summer off to spend with family. We are doing members only videos over there, breakdowns, interviews, whatever we've got. It's going to be over there. There's only one tier. You guys can check that out. And if you know of a good video, something like this that you want us to check out, leave that in the comment section, or you can reach us by email. That's in the description also. All right, guys, we are out of here. Before we go, we always want to tell you that you guys are important.
And you're beautiful and you're loved. Get out and do something that's all about you today, not about what society says. You get out and be you, because being you is beautiful.
That's right, guys. We want to leave you on a positive note every time you come here. We don't just say this.
Despite the negative.
We don't just say this to blow smoke up your ass.
Nope.
You guys are important. There are people that love you. You need to start your day being happy. If you can do that, guys, you can do anything in this world. Start with yourself and then pay that forward.
Yes.
We love each and every one of you. We will see you right back here tomorrow, and I guarantee you, her and I are going to be just as
real. Peace, guys.
Later.
Stay safe. Hey, everybody. Hope y'all enjoyed the video.
Yes, and if you want to get more involved with the videos or the channel, you guys can check the Patreon link in the description.
We appreciate your support so much. And remember to subscribe here, and you can find your favorite artists in a playlist right down here.
Later.
Peace, guys.